Okay, so I want to introduce you to Tony. Tony, first of all, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Tony Clarke. My company is Soccerspeaker, and I basically help clubs up and down the country raise money for their particular causes by supplying them with current sometimes and ex-football professionals. People like Neil Ruddock, John Barnes, Paul Merson, Chris Kamara.
Just the fat ones.
Phil Thompson, yeah. Neil's actually lost 4 stone, so he's looking good at the moment. 4 stone he really needed to lose. But yeah, he's still. I still think he enjoys going to the dinners because he gets plenty of food there. So and in a nutshell, these guys come. They talk about their time in football, stories at. Football banter on the coach, in the hotels, on the pitch, and just general, lifting trophies, winning games, losing games.
I mean, that's the stuff that we're, as people who listen to this podcast and subscribe to the website and stuff. That's what you don't hear anywhere else, do you? I mean, you go to these after dinner things and all this, and you get people to come on to your charity events and stuff. They tell you the inside stories and all that stuff, which is kind of censored in other places, isn't it? That's the joy of it.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, if you, I encourage one particular person who will look after Neil Ruddock. I encourage Neil to do Q&A. Because it really does give the real fan an insight into what was it like to get dropped in the FA Cup final. Neil doesn't actually really talk about that in his speech. So if someone says to him, what was your worst moment in football? It's probably that, playing the games up until the final and then being dropped at the final, sat in the dressing room, with the lads with all their kit on and etc. And I think if he was honest with you, he'd tell you he shed a tear and stuff like that. It was a very hard time for him.
It's weird, isn't it? I always think about ex-players, the choices of people. I'm not, no disrespect to the Hansen and Laurisons and stuff. They do their job and whatever, but I always find it's really quite weird the people they choose to be on the telly and on the radio, because often they're the quiet ones. They're the ones with the kind of more mild personality, and maybe that's a deliberate choice. But you think of somebody like Ruddock, or I don't know who else, Aldridge or somebody like that. They're the people you'd want to hear from and you would expect to be on the telly, because they're the ones with the personalities. Why do you think that is?
I don't know really. Maybe they say what the TV want them to say. I think with the likes of John Aldridge and Neil Ruddock. I mean, John Aldridge is very passionate. He's red through and through. If you cut him in half, he'd bleed Liverpool, and he says it how it is. And I think that's why the fans have got the highest regard for John Aldridge, because if Liverpool have a bad game, he'll say we've had a bad game and this is what we maybe should have done, or etc. So he's not afraid to speak his mind, and I think your real Liverpool fan appreciates that. Your real Liverpool fan understands football. That's known within football. We're football people. So, and
you don't just do Liverpool players as well, you do other teams as well?
Yeah, I do. All the ex-pros, you guys, mentioned Chris Kamara, Matt Letitia, Paul Merson, Big John Hartson's just come on the afternoon circuit. Fantastic speaker, talks about not only his football stories but his fight with cancer, which is very touching. In truth, John Hartson probably shouldn't be here now, but he's he fought it. If he hadn't have been, I think, a footballer and being in the hehealth shape he was in, we might not be here. But he's a great after dinner speaker. He's very honest. He's another one, like the Aldridge type of person who'll speak his mind. He's very honest. He's very true. And you get that as soon as you meet him. He's got time for you. He's got time to speak to you. He's got time to tell the same story for the 900th time, you know what I mean? Comes into the same bracket as Alan Kennedy. Alan Kennedy does thousands of dinners, and he gets, it can be 2 o'clock in the morning, he's tired, he's got a 4-hour drive in front of him, and someone says, Alan, can you tell us about that goal you scored?
And I noticed in he was at the launch of the, seen the big, the new mighty red inflatable animal that they've now built. It must have been with a heavy heart that Alan Kennedy had to sit next to this poor bloke sat in this suit as the mighty red. But he does it. Fair play to him.
I think you've got to take your hat off to Alan Kennedy. He's one of them guys that's very approachable, whether he's in the street, whether he's shopping. He does a lot of charity work, and he does it for free. Basically, he'll turn up and he'll give his time up. Alan, I couldn't say nothing but good about Alan. Good fella. Okay, well, let's get back to Neil Ruddock, because we can announce on here today that Big Neil will be doing a monthly monthly podcast for a video podcast for us. I've got a little bit concerned with regard to, has he got a rider? Does he need, because, in my experience of Neil Ruddock, what little there is, he consumes quite a lot of liquids and solids. Will it be a heavy rider? I think, as long as you've got plenty of food on a table in front of him and maybe, half a lager, he'll come across well. We can sort that out, I think. And he's not going to say anything too controversial, because that's the joy of Ruddock. He doesn't engage, any sort of filter, does he? It's just comes straight out. Yeah, you ask Neil a question and he'll tell you what he thinks. And I think for your real football person, your fan, it'll be great for you to get some real questions to be answered by Neil, because he'll tell you how it was and what he thinks about it. That's a good point, actually. If you've got questions for Neil, just to come to us via the website and send your questions in. And also another fantastic thing that Tony's brought along today, and something you'll be able to take advantage of if you're a subscriber to weareliverpool.co, is this item here. So we're launching a competition today to get this signed Jamie Carragher shirt. There you are, even spelt right. There's a first. But basically, is it right? We're going to go to your website to answer the question. Yeah. I think what we'll do is, if people want to go to www.soccerspeaker.co.uk, and basically, if you can tell me who the ex-Liverpool player is on the homepage, we'll go from there. It's not Carragher, by the way. That would be a crap competition. And that's, as I said, it's only open to subscribers, and then we'll randomly choose somebody, and they'll be wearing this. It's a reasonable size shirt. So you can a reasonable size adult can be wearing. I'm sure we can get Jamie to personalise it to the winner as well. So that's the ex-Liverpool player on the front of the website. And this is only open to subscribers, so but £3 a month, it's not bad for a shirt, is it? For a Jamie Carragher shirt, it's worth investing £3 just to win the shirt. Absolutely. So somebody will be chosen at random, and there you are. You'll have to you can wander around with your Jamie Carragher shirt. The winner we can put on both websites. I'll put the winner on Soccerspeaker. Yeah, and we'll put it on weareliverpool.co, and presumably you'll never be able to wash it, though. That's the thing. So you'll have a Jamie Carragher shirt, but you'll be stinking. So there you are. Well, Jamie's a clever lad, so I'm sure he's used a permanent marker. Yeah. All right. Nice one. Wow, so, amazing. It should be great. So what are you looking forward to the new season? Yeah, I mean, obviously Brendan Rodgers has come in. We've got a bit of controversy already with regards to Andy Carroll, but he might want to be putting his mark on what he's going to do. He's a young guy. He did very well at Swansea last year. If you looked at Swansea last year, the possession they had, they kept the ball, and maybe it's what Liverpool need. A fresh start, someone fresh ideas, and someone that's prepared to put his mark on Anfield. I think he knows it's a big job. And let's keep our fingers crossed for a good start this year. All right. Well, thank you very much, Tony, and remember the website, remember the competition, and thank you very much. Mate. Thanks very much for your time. Cheers.